Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. Today is Saturday, the 31st, the last day of May, 2025. Today's episode will be 435, I believe. Um, so, as far as update, yesterday I put out an episode on Blue Ridge I think it was Blue Ridge Mountains. I don't know. Washington D.C. Weather Mountain. Go check that episode out. It's a banger. We go deep, homeboy, as Sam Tripoli would say. But I was talking about a pouch that I bought, and this does connect with today's episode, but I just wanted to do a little show and tell. I was talking about a pouch that I bought. It was $20. And I wanted to show you all it. This is what I got. I was talking about it yesterday, so now I'm here at the house. I wanted to show it to you. It's a little strap, keep my Game Boy in it. And it's perfect size too. It's not too big, not too small. I can fit my Game Boy in there. It's all decked out with stickers. It's a protective case, so I'm not ruining it. Put my games in there, charger, all that shit. But I just wanted to show you all that because I was talking about it yesterday. So, all right. So today is going to be a Conspiracy Corner episode. It's going to be honestly kind of like a purple pilled episode. If you guys don't know, I have two different podcasts. I have Blue Pill Podcast, which is anything non-conspiracy, and then I have Conspiracy Corner. I just put it out under the same channel because my main focus is Conspiracy Corner, because I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I am a normal dude at the end of the day, like, as normal as I can be. But I do like to just talk about stuff in general that's non-conspiratorial. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. I went to bed at like 4 a.m. last night, got up at 7, had some coffee, mowed the lawn because we've had some strange weather here in Kentucky. I've talked about that. The conspiracy community is talking about the weather here, and I had said previously in one of the previous episodes of like, hey man, I don't know if this is weird because I'm from Florida. I asked my wife, she's like, yeah, this is weird. So today and tomorrow, well, I was planning today or tomorrow, doing a podcast with my buddy Zach. I don't think it's going to be today because, like I said, I'm running on 3 hours, but I did want to put this out. Maybe tomorrow, who knows? So, yesterday was a rough day at work. And this ties in with what we're going to talk about. So, I get to work. I'm off today. I get to work yesterday. And it's Friday night. Friday. F-R-Y day. I'm not sure if there's an actual connection to that. There could be. Some sort of culinary historical connection. So we're closed on Saturday. Well, the gas station that I work at, Clark's, is 24/7. But the kitchen where I work, I'm mostly kitchen. I'm a chicken cook. And I can do cashier. They have me do both, but there's more money in kitchen, and which is nice. You get paid more, but it's a lot more work. But when I got hired on, I told them, dude, I was like, yeah, I used to work at KFC, So they're like, hell yeah, you know how to cook chicken. And our brand now is the one that I work for. It's called Crunchy Chicken. It's actually really good. I think it's better than KFC. So I get there and it's Friday. We're shut down Saturday and Sunday. So I have to cook whatever chicken is prepped. Like when you prep chicken, you have to push out all the guts, break the bone, rip off a piece that has like feather stubs, and rip the fat off, you know. And for wings, you got to rip all the feathers out. We got to prep the chicken. So whatever chicken is prepped on Friday night needs to get cooked because it'll go bad by the time Monday rolls around. So Friday, meaning I'm cooking like twice as much chicken. So it's a little stressful. It's a busier night. It's one of our busiest nights of cooking chicken. So I got that, and I'm like, okay, I already know that's what I'm expecting to go into. I'm already mentally prepared. Then our trucks are supposed to usually, I think, get there earlier during the day, but here lately they've been showing up like during my shift on Fridays. So then I have to make sure everything's there, mark it off, basically temp it with a temperature gun, put it all up, put a whole truck up, and I'm by myself too. So that's a little stressful. So I'm already stressed with that shit. And then I get a list of, hey, we want you for inventory, we want you to go through the freezer, and any box that's open with anything, we want you to put it all in Ziploc bags, individual items into Ziploc bags, label it, date it, all this shit. We want you to do that for the freezer and the fridge. And plus, where it's Friday, I have to wash all the chicken tubs from the walk-in cooler. Dude, it was just literally a fucking shit show, to keep it short, of all the shit I had to do. So I was already like, fuck, pissed off, you know. Then while I'm putting up the truck, we have this little shelf, and I'm putting like flour on it, and it's like this four little tiny pegs on a rail that's holding the shelf together, and the whole fucking shelf falls. Everything falls from it. And I'm getting pissed because I need a hammer to fix the stupid little peg. So I just snapped. I just blew up. It was the first time I blew up at Clark's. And I didn't, like, it was just me and my buddy Michael. And he walked by me, and I was just like, fuck, god damn it. Like, I just went the fuck off. And I don't care. I mean, I wasn't cussing at anyone in particular, but I was like, just overwhelmed. I was like, dude, I got this fucking truck that I gotta put up. This fucking shelf broke. I gotta do these chores that for inventory. I said, Michael, your dad's gonna be in the cooler all night. And I was like, I'm never getting out of this kitchen. Which I was right. I never got out of the kitchen. And I was there till like midnight, stuck in the kitchen. Because normally around 8 o'clock, usually I'll have kitchen closed and go and do register for the rest of the night till midnight. So then, yeah, I just snapped. And Michael, he's such a sweetheart. He's got autism. He's on the spectrum. And he's so sweet. He's such a good boy, man. He's the one that I was telling you guys last episode that I got that angel pendant, or yeah, I guess pendant from. He's a good guy, and I could tell it upset him to watch me snap like that, because I'm honestly a super mellow dude. And he just walked up and he just starts patting me on the back. Like, oh, I just needed a hug, dude. And that was good enough, just the pat on the back. But I was like, I felt ashamed of myself, because I know he's got autism and he's not used to seeing that type of like negativity. You know what I mean? I felt upset. I'm like, oh man, Michael's seen me snap. I kept apologizing. He's like, you're okay. I'm like, okay. And I was like, and it wasn't directed towards you, buddy. You know? So then he puts the cherry on top, and this is where it all connects. I know the intro's a little long, but who cares? It's a podcast. Chill out and listen. he puts the cherry on top of the fucking cake or pie or however the phrase goes. I'm pissed off. I went outside, smoked a cigarette, came back in. He's like, he loves telling me shit. You know, he's my buddy, and he's like, "Hey, Abe, guess what? They picked an actress for Zelda." And I don't know if you guys have been keeping up. If you're longtime listeners, please subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Here lately, I've been doing game reviews on. I did a game review on The Legend of Zelda, the original, the first one, like earlier this week. And then I did one on Link's Awakening. Go check out that playlist. It's called Zelda. I did 2 Zelda reviews. I'm currently playing Oracle of Ages and Link to the Past, which I plan to review for the channel. But, so I'm like, cool, dude, like, cause I just found out earlier this month, like, and this is, I don't know, dude, like, life is so synchronized, and there's so many synchronicities and stuff, cause I just started getting back into Zelda, and I haven't played it since I was a kid, and growing up as a 90s kid, and I was literally like 5 or 6 years old in kindergarten watching my older brothers, because I'm the third of 4, watching them play the original Nintendo, playing Zelda 1, playing Zelda 2, watching them play Super Nintendo's Zelda Link to the Past. And I remember my older brother, Brandon, literally, like, because I was too young to play it and understand it, and it was too hard for me. I remember him, like, reading me the manual like a storybook, because it literally was like a storybook, and there's pictures and him telling me the story. Like, I was so infatuated, I guess would be the word. And I remember as a kid, we got the Super Mario Brothers movie, which fucking sucks. We might cover that on Conspiracy Cinema, a little mini series I got going on, because there's a lot of reptilian symbolism in that movie. So we might do a whole review or on it and talk conspiracy. But when we got the Mario movie, we're like, dude, they've got to make a Zelda movie, because Mario and Zelda are was like Nintendo's biggest games, you know. We all loved Zelda the best, but so as a kid, dude, we were saying this in the 90s, man, like mid 90s. We were like, dude, they've got to make a Zelda movie. We had the Zelda cartoon, we had the Zelda games. We're like, they got to make a live action movie. So when I found out earlier this month, I think, I found out that they were coming out with, my days melt together. They were coming out with Legend of Zelda movie. I kid you not, dude. I never get excited over Hollywood Babylon. I very rarely watch movies and shit. And this was one of the few times in my life that I was like, oh my god, I have to go to the movie theaters and see this fucking movie. There's only 2 movies right now this entire year, we're halfway through it, that I'm actually like, I'm going to the theaters to see this. That's the Conjuring movie, which I talk about. I did a whole episode. We talk about it. Go check it out. I think it's titled New Conjuring Movie. Go check that episode out. And by the way, there's a whole playlist on Ed and Lorraine Warren. It's called The Warrens. Go check that playlist out if you're curious about the Warrens. There's 5 episodes on there. We do deep dives and shit. But that movie and the Zelda movie, I was so super excited about it. And then yesterday was such a bad day, dude. And he's like, yeah, dude, they picked an actress for Zelda. Her name's Hunter Schafer. And I said, okay, is she pretty? And he said, she's trans. So here we go. So I've been called transphobic on this channel before. Several years ago, I did an episode on a Mother's Day commercial where it was a woman who transitioned to a man and a man who transitioned to a woman, and they had a baby together. And it was a Mother's Day commercial. And it was, to me, the biggest spit in the face to biology, science, trust the science. And I talked about it. I told my opinion. I was like, this is a spit in the face to every biological, actual mother who went through the pain of giving birth and who goes through the hardship of being a mother. You're spitting in their face. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not transphobic either. And I had a commenter go, oh, I came here for conspiracy. I didn't realize you're a transphobe. I'm unsubscribing. I've been watching you for a while, and I didn't realize this. And I think that this person had been watching me for a while to find something that I'm doing wrong. So, I'm going to be straight up. I'm a classic liberal. I'm an old school classic liberal. And I said something like, okay, have a good day. God bless. Something like that. But there's a part of me that's like, first of all, I'm a freak in the sheets. My wife knows how weird I am sexually, but we are compatible, and she's satisfied, and I'm satisfied, and she knows what type of stuff I'm into. How do you know that I'm not into trans women? Talking to the commenter hypothetically, how do you know what type of pornography I watch? How do you know what I've done in my past? I've had gay experiences with biological men. Just saying. So my thing that pissed me off is like, first of all, you're just assuming and you think you know who I am. Yeah, this is how insane that the liberal mindset is. The progressives is, there are people out there who call Blair White transphobic. She's trans. How the fuck is she transphobic when she's trans? So I'm not transphobic, dude. But it pisses me off too. And I was telling my wife, she's like, well, because when I first came home, she was being like playing devil's advocate and she was being sweet about it. But she's like, why do you have a problem with this Hunter Schafer being Zelda? And I was like, because they're taking things we love and like fucking them up. Like, they're coming out with a new Harry Potter, and I heard the other day, it could be a rumor, who knows, but they're like trying to race swap Professor Snape, like he's gonna be black. And I love black people. I've been with black girls. I've been with black girls, Asian girls, Mexicans. I have no issues with any culture and shit, I mean, I'm not even technically full-blown white. I'm part Native American, so I love every flavor of ice cream. And I've been with multiple girls. Dude, every girl that I've dated, I was usually just happy that they were just like in love with me and attracted to me and touching my pee-pee, I'm like, oh, you want to touch my pee-pee? I love you, Most dudes are very simple creatures. The only thing I can't get down with is like super heavy chicks, man. But even then, if I loved the person enough, I could figure out something. I'm very pansexual, dude. But I don't like that everything. It's all cultural Marxism. Go look up the definition of cultural Marxism. And like they did it with Magic the Gathering. Literally, a Lord of the Rings set came out. And I was so excited. Speak of the devil, Lord of the Rings. What is going on with Lord of the Rings, dude? J.R.R. Tolkien would be rolling in his fucking grave. Um, Everything with modern Lord of the Rings cinema has went downhill since The Hobbit. They fucked up with The Hobbit, and it's just been down since. Because I'm a big Tolkien fan. I've read like half of his shit, man. Um, but they did it with Lord of the Rings and Magic the Gathering. I was so excited for this Lord of the Rings set, and I started collecting it. I even have some of the cards. I've showed it off on the channel before. But they started race swapping Aragorn. They made Aragorn a black dude with dreads. And it's not that I don't like black people, but it pisses me off because it's like, that's not Aragorn. I grew up reading these books. I grew up like watching these movies. Aragorn is not black. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't give a fuck if you call me racist. He's not black. You know? It pissed me off, dude. And like, it pisses me off. Like, Zelda to me is like very, first of all, it's very occult. It's all about fae folk and magic, and it's an occult fucking game. That's probably why I love it so much, because I'm an occultist. So you have the hero, and the whole goal is like, there's undertones of romance, of like, it's every little boy and man's journey to fall in love. And it's basically the story of every man's life, of like, hey, you're fighting through this reality, through this journey called life, to reach the best prize ever, which is a woman, to save Princess Zelda. And it's like, you're making literally the entire symbol is like this sacred, divine feminine archetype, Zelda, a female, and it's a dude. It's a biological dude. So it just aggravated me, dude. And like, I'd already snapped at work. I'm like, fuck, why did they take everything and just ruin it? But after coming home and taking a look at this Hunter Schafer, if you did not tell me that it was a dude, because I am going to play devil's advocate, she's beautiful, dude. And like I said, I'm a weirdo. She's smoking hot. She's smoking hot. Blair White is smoking hot. I've seen like 2 or 3 trannies in my lifetime that I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, dude, I got the fucking hots for them. Not trying to get too raunchy or anything, but it'd be one of those things, if you got me, if I had a couple beers and none of my buddies were around and no one was gonna know, I'd go, alright, I'm gonna stick it in. You know. So I'm gonna show you a picture of it. This is the Hunter Schafer. And there's one picture, dude, that at first I was super fucking skeptical about. I'm like, dude, there's no way, because I hadn't seen the chick yet, or the dude, whatever you want to say, I don't care. And I was like, there's no fucking way. My first thought was like, literally, I was irritated, and I was like, they're gonna pick some stupid, ugly tranny that looks like a dude to play Zelda. Until I seen this picture, dude. Look at this fucking picture. Oops, that's on X. Hang on a second. Well, here we go. Dude, I'm not woke or nothing, but you've got to admit, and I'll probably use it for the actual thumbnail. First of all, besides like slight little bit of a jawline, that looks like a fucking chick. Like, you'd have to like really look and examine her to be like, that's not a chick, that's a dude. Second off, she looks just like fucking Zelda. And obviously I did think about this too. Like, when I said undertones, I meant what I said. And I chose that word specifically because there's always undertones of romance with Zelda and Link. They never actually got together. Like, there's little hints of it, you know, like when you beat Zelda 2, I believe, the curtain closes and you see Link and Zelda, like, step close together, and it's kind of like, oh, they're kissing. If you grew up in the 90s like me, I'm a 90s kid. I was born in 91. Um, look, look at them titties, man. But, I grew up in 91, so I grew up watching the cartoon and shit. Like, I literally, like, the whole point of the cartoon was, if you remember, like, Link was literally every episode trying to get a kiss from Zelda. That's all he ever wanted, and he never got a kiss from Zelda, you know? I don't think so. It's only 13 episodes. I need to watch it again, but I don't think he ever actually got the kiss from Zelda. But that was the whole scheme of it. He goes on missions each episode and tries to get a kiss, a reward, you know? But never gets it. And they both do have the hots for each other. And they both have crushes on each other. I just don't think they've ever hooked up and got married or anything. By the way, how cool of a fucking timeline would that be? I always thought, and I even thought this when I was younger, I was like, dude, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a Legend of Zelda where Link is an old man and he's more of like a wizard type figure? Like, we can still give him his sword, but like give him a staff and a beard and long white hair that's like braided or something, or make him more magic focused, and like maybe he has a kid, he married Zelda, had a kid with her, and you could even make it to where you could switch characters, like you could play as the younger boy, and you could even keep it with the whole theme of Legend of Zelda and make him Link Jr. He's still technically Link, you know? The figure of Link, you know, the archetype. Anyways, though, so I don't know much about this Hunter Schafer. Those are my thoughts on it, though. Like, at first I was super upset until I seen what she looks like, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, she's smoking hot. And this isn't me trying to be woke. I already know the comment sections. No matter what I say about this, either way, someone's gonna get mad. Like, the right wing's gonna go, oh, you're a sellout, you're too woke, I'm unsubscribing. The left wing's gonna be like, oh, you know, you say faggot, you know, like, you're not woke enough. Either way, you can't fucking win. So, like, this is just my pure honesty, how I feel. At first I was upset, now I think I'm cool with it. I don't really know much about this Hunter Schafer. Apparently she's been an actress for like years. That's all I really have to say, though, dude. I'm not transphobic. I just, when you love something, like, Legend of Zelda is like ingrained into my DNA, dude. Even like when I would take years off of playing video games, I would still be like, dude, I fucking love Zelda. Like, you could come up to me and talk Zelda, and I'd sit there and talk Zelda with you, you know? But, I don't know, life is so weird with synchronicities. Like, as soon as I start getting back into Zelda, they're making a movie, and I'm like, fuck yeah. I think the movie comes out in 2025. But I'm going to wrap it up here. So, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee account. Wherever you're listening to this from, there should be links in the channel description. So, if you want to donate $1 or something, that'd be cool. You could buy me a cheeseburger, or a notebook, or a pack of pens, you know, something like that. It goes towards the channel, because I do this pretty much for free. But let me know in the comments too, man. What do you think about my opinion? Am I too woke? Am I too conservative? You know, am I too transphobic? I honestly, dude, I don't really care. This is my honest opinion. This is who I am. Either like it or don't. I don't think I really said anything too crazy. It's just, this is how I felt. This is my natural reaction. I'm a classic liberal. I'm non-Christian. Yeah. All right. Y'all have a good day.